to call.
Call now and lock in your free gifts. You will not be turned down. Call 800-769-1694. 800-769-1694. That's 800-769-1694.
Welcome back here at What's Cooking Today, CRN Digital Talk Radio. We'll play this for Dr. Conrad Murray, Michael Jackson's doctor, who was on trial here recently, ladies and gentlemen, who actually stopped CPR and delayed calling a paramedic so that he could clean up some vials that he had around Michael Jackson there in the Michael Jackson death. We'll see what happens in that trial. I'm Michael Horn. That's Paul Stern. Yeah, one thing here, Paul and audience, Rick Schwartz, and you should go to SanDiegoZoo.org and check things out. But sometimes a guy talking about the habitat of the polar bears that actually has 3 polar bears in captivity sometimes stretches it a little bit for me. I mean, I enjoy zoos, and I was going to ask him a question because I think sometimes the bears, all animals are taken great care of in zoos. But, if we're really worried about their environment, shouldn't we let those polar bears and release them and let them romp around in the wild? And then maybe they could save their own humanity and habitat.
I almost had to throw myself into the exhibit itself just to wake myself up.
Now. All right, but we should think about going green. That is something important. We're going to talk about that with our next guest. The lovely Stephanie Honig is here from Honig Winery, Honig Vineyard and Winery. Stephanie, thanks for coming in today. We appreciate that.
Thanks so much for having me.
Now,
Nice to be here.
You had some problems with apparently going green. You guys went green and did all your power from solar panels, right?
Yeah, we installed solar panels back in 2006 and then got actually a few solar panels stolen twice.
You were in the news recently, right? Those are expensive. You have huge solar panels, correct?
Yeah, we do.
How do they steal them while you're there at the winery?
They're not right next to the winery. They're actually a few yards from our house. So in the middle of the night, the first time they stole them was after right on Thanksgiving. So
oh my goodness.
We were distracted and not home, and 39 panels were gone the next morning.
Wow.
We had those put back in and then bolted some down on the perimeter of the
You
panels.
cinched them all down, right?
We did, and then the next time they came back and stole 22 panels from the middle of the
So they took the middle ones out.
So they took the middle ones out, and then by the third time we installed cameras, and we caught the guys. We caught 3 guys.
That's great. What were they doing? Yeah. Them reselling them on a market or something? Solar panel market?
We don't know, but yeah, I mean, there's a huge market for it on eBay, and there's plantations in further north that we think that they might be used for.
I wondered why I got such a good deal on these panels for my pool. No, I'm just kidding. But that's a serious thing. That's terrible. I mean, if you try to go green and then people steal what you're trying to do to save energy, that's crazy. All right, so
that's the last thing we would have thought.
Honig Winery, spelled Honig, is located in the heart of Napa Valley, correct?
In Rutherford, yeah.
In Rutherford, on Highway 29, correct? Actually, you're like in between on like a crossroad there, right?
We're on Rutherford Road.
Rutherford Road, which connects Silverado Trail and 29, right?
Right, so about halfway between Silverado Trail and 29, yeah.
And that's kind of like a hotbed of Rutherford action right there. So when people say, and again, for those that have just gotten into tasting wine and they say, well, this is great Rutherford fruit, what do they mean by that?
We use the terminology, Rutherford dust is something we use to describe a Rutherford fruit, so Rutherford fruit is really known for an earthy, soft, a little bit of a rustic character.
And so it gives that characteristic to the wine that you would taste from Honig. And you guys primarily producing Cabernet, right? That's your main varietal that you like to tell everybody about?
We produce 2 varietals. We produce Sauvignon Blanc and Cabernet Sauvignon. So
which one sells more? Or are they both pretty equal?
They both, we produce more Sauvignon Blanc, and
really?
We've been producing Sauvignon Blanc longer.
Yeah.
Our property, actually my husband's grandfather bought our property back in 1964, and back then it was all planted to Sauvignon Blanc. We started making Cabernet about 25 years ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, hasn't for many a year, the Honig wines have always been synonymous with Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah, well, it's just because for a long time there weren't that many people making Sauvignon Blanc, and Sauvignon Blanc was less popular, and we just focused on those 2 varietals. So
exactly. So you were winning awards before it was popular to win the awards.
Yeah, no, so it's really what we gained a lot of notoriety for it, and it's also rare to have Sauvignon Blanc in Rutherford because Rutherford has become such expensive land that a lot of people have
Good point.
ripped out other varietals and planted Cabernet Sauvignon.
Don't do it, Stephanie. Keep it in there. We
No,
love the Sauvignon Blanc
you
as
gotta
much as
stick
we
to
love the
it.
Cabernet Sauvignon. Now, you guys were kind of like leaders. So leaders in Sauvignon Blanc and then the Rutherford fruit with the great Cabernet. But you also do these great posters of your sales team. Tell everybody what this is about because we were supposed to broadcast at the last shoot, and we need to get up there and do that at some point. So tell us about these posters that you make.
Well, we make postcards. It started because when my husband Michael took over the winery, he was 21 years old, and he was a lot younger than a lot of his peers who were running other wineries. And he really wanted a way to connect with people at a human level. And just show his personality through these postcards. I started shooting these really goofy pictures and getting costumes, and they really took off. And now we get together once a year, and the staff gets dressed up. We pick a theme, and we have a lot of fun. And everybody loves them. So.
Why did I get the one with the guys in it? That's what I want to know. There's a whole bunch here, and this one, for those of you that can't see, is red. It's a heart. It's a white heart on a red background with roses, and all the guys are dressed in boas and shorts in red, and it says, "What goes perfectly with your beefcake?" And can I show another one here? Is there another thing I can hold up instead of the one?
Didn't you do like a rock and roll video postcard? I know I was once checking out, I think it was the website, and I came across something that entertained me for probably quite some time. It was fascinating.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that. It was a Rolling Stones rock video that we did.
A lot of big 70s hair, I remember.
Yeah. So we actually did 3 different postcards that day, so we got to photograph our entire staff.
Take off on Honig's Angels here. This is a nice one here. Now, these are your sales reps that are actually here so we can see the Honig's Angels. Is this team still with you that's in the postcard?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's our sales team. Yeah.
Oh, I want to buy some wine.
Yeah.
Not from these guys, though. This is your guy sales team?
My husband's on there.
Really? Which one's your husband
my
on
2
there?
brother-in-laws, our CFO.
Really?
Yeah.
Really good-looking guys. I want to get some wine.
It's a fascinating way to kind of get
Handsome.
to know the people behind the winery.
Yeah, well, it shows that there's a personality behind the winery, and we can take what we do very seriously, but not take ourselves too seriously.
Can we see these on your website?
All of them, yeah.
And what's the website?
www.honigwine.com.
Honig, honigwine.com. Can you hang in with us?
Absolutely.
We'll talk some more wine here when we come up there. Check it out on the website, honigwine.com. What kind of a name is Honig?
Honig's our last name, but it actually means honey in German.
And it's a German name. All right, so check out honigwine.com. And they make great Sauvignon, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Sauvignon Blanc. Very nice. Straight ahead, more What's Cooking Today. Michael Horn, Paul Stern, Stephanie Honig. Stay with us on CRN Digital Talk Radio.